We are in Blacksburg, as you mentioned. We're taking a little drive here. I just want to mention very quickly, I'm safe in the passenger seat. I'm not driving. Photographer Sam Doyle is safely driving us this morning, and he's navigating as I am talking. So I'm going to flip the camera around so that you can see we're heading down Main Street in downtown Blacksburg, where you can see some cars passing there. Road conditions not too bad here. You can tell the roads have been treated, and you can tell where they have not. There are some slick spots. We've gone through several of them on our travels this morning. Because you can see there is some snow, but it's all piled underneath some ice. So let me see if I can get it to just crack underneath my weight here. So that's kind of what we're taking a look at. The parking lot, all ice. Look at these tree limbs as well. I'm not going to, but I could snap this all in half because it's just coated thick with ice here. We found a little bit of snow here in Salem, which is a change from where we were in the New River Valley. And I've got Lisa Hubert from State Police here with us this morning. Thank you so much for taking some time, Lisa, to talk with us. All right, so really quickly, talk with us a little bit about the conditions overnight and what kind of incidents you've seen. Lisa Hubert from State Police, thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
You're welcome.
And as she mentioned, 45 miles per hour, especially when you're on the interstate, when some of those speed limits can be posted at 70 miles per hour, that's a huge difference. So just some really good tips and tricks to keep in mind if you do have to be out this morning. So Kim, we're going to keep an eye on those road conditions. As we mentioned, we are seeing some snow out here now, but nothing falling from the sky at this point. Yes, good morning again, Kim. We are in the car, as you mentioned. I'm safe in the passenger seat. Photographer Sam Doyle is giving you a wave this morning. He is safely driving me. We are navigating down Main Street in Salem, so I'm going to flip the camera around for you and give you a preview of what we are taking a look at on the roads here this morning. And it's very, very slick, very slippery, and very dangerous. So we're going to monitor the road conditions as we head into Salem. We're going to go back into Roanoke County and head towards Vinton as well. So we're going to just keep a check on things as the snowplow comes this direction with the blade up. So that's kind of just how things have been going this morning. It's hit or miss with these roadways. But Kim, we're going to keep an eye on those road conditions, and we'll check back in with you shortly. Hey, good morning, Kim. We came inside, but you know, it might be just as cold in here as it is outside, because take a look where we are. We're here at the Lancer lot here in Benton this morning, and guess who we found playing on the ice? Aiden Hurstbrunner. He's that one skating around in the dark blue penny right there. So the kids are out here doing a scrimmage, A and B teams playing some hockey on a real sheet of ice instead of the one that's out in the parking lot. And since we are at a hockey rink, you know I have to do it. Guns and Hoses. Next Saturday, Jake, I got my friend Jake Lavoie here. He is on Team Hoses.
And winning team, defending right now.
Leo's not here to defend himself as his son is.
I got his boy behind me though.
Okay, so are you pumped for this game?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about it in the coming days, but do you think you can pull off another win?
I think so. I know we got the better coach in the deal.
Whatever.
We're just going to go 2 in a row this year for the first time.
Has that ever happened before?
No, it's never happened with us. Things are going to change this year.
Okay, and then just because we're on different teams next weekend for Guns and Hoses, by the way, puck drops at 6 o'clock Saturday, Berglund Center. Get your tickets now, berglundcenter.com, or at the box office. Just saying. We are on the same team today.
Yeah, go Pats.
And that's a wrap, guys. Hey, good morning, ladies. So as you mentioned, I'm still here in Vinton this morning at the corner of Washington and Pollard. And I've got this handy dandy laser temperature tool here. So I'm going to show you what the ground temperature is. 22 degrees. It is below freezing here on the ground. So I'm going to switch out some of my props here and show you just how much of this slush we're talking about. Like just about almost a half inch of this icy slush that we're talking about. So if you're about to head outside to do some of this shoveling or scraping, if you're going to clean off your car, we've got a couple of tips that we want to show you now. So we're going to take some of those tips that we've got for you already made with some video, and I'm going to explain a little bit about that for you. Shoveling. Obviously, we don't have a lot of accumulation on the ground. This is not one of those big snowstorm type systems that we were talking about, but it's always good to remind people some of those mistakes that people do every time they pick up a shovel. Things like overlooking warm-up, overestimating physical limits, forgetting those basics like staying hydrated and staying dry. So those are some things that doctors with Carilion Clinic like to remind people, because one of the doctors with emergency medicine says a lot of people don't understand shoveling is not a normal household chore, and it is very physically demanding. So they want people to be aware of that. The other thing that we want to talk about is just being overall prepared for this type of winter weather, this type of slick, slippery conditions that we are seeing this morning. Make sure you have the proper clothing. Make sure that you've already planned ahead if you haven't. Make sure you've got those foods, drinks, clothing, blankets, all those things we've already discussed this morning if you've got that emergency preparedness kit in your home and in your car. And then watch out for friends or loved ones, elderly neighbors, your smaller children if they're heading outside, even yourself. Lay that rock salt down, get some kitty litter to make sure that you got some traction, and then your pets. You want to make sure your pets are safe too as they head outside. A lot of that rock salt can be really toxic to them, so just wipe their paws off. And then of course it is below freezing, so as you're heading out to do a little of this scraping or shoveling, just make sure that your pets...
My driveway needs that.
Oh, Sam's putting me to work this morning. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your pets.
Oh, Caitlin, you know what? Sammy has the right idea. We were talking in here. We were saying, you know what? Somebody might want you to keep on shoveling.
Exactly. Like, just keep going. How about over there? Okay. There you go. She's got the technique down pat.
And I just wanted to show you because we finally found a little bit of snow, but it's lots of ice mixed in. And you can see the front of our snowmobile here. That's what we're referring to it as this morning. There's all that ice that you can see. And I just really quickly want to address the dress here because it is cold outside, so I have like 3 coats on, just for your information. Okay, we're gonna take a walk around here to the side of the car, passenger seat, which is where I've been hanging out this morning, traveling along with photographer Sam Doyle, who's on the other side of the camera, because we, of course, as you can see by everything that's packed full here in the truck, we've been living out of our vehicle here for the last several hours. But if you don't have that, if you don't live like this and you're not a TV news journalist, and you want to have a preparedness kit in your vehicle for events like this kind of storm, just in case you get stranded. So I want to show you some of the things that you can include. A safety vest in case you get stuck on the side of the road. Some non-perishable snacks, bottled water, which I don't have with me, but bottled water would go great in here. Some hand warmers to keep you warm, along with a blanket. Oop, there's a flashlight. There it is. Towel. I've got paper towels here and a charger, cup charger, so that you can charge all of your electronic devices in your vehicle. So just some things that you can keep in your car at all times, just in case you get stranded or stuck on the side of the roadway. I think we're pretty good covered. We're good and covered here though, Kim, today.
Oh yeah, and number one on that list, definitely snacks. That's so important.
Yes.
And of course to have blankets and a way to charge up all your digital devices and everything. Yeah, you guys are ready. It's not your first rodeo.
Yeah,